Okay, so now let's look at a few ways in which you can protect your virtual machine. The first and the easiest way you can do it is you can actually enable delete protection. So let's see how we can do that. So let's create an instance. And here I'll choose E2 micro. Let's make the boot disk as standard persistent. Select. So I'm doing this just to make it free tier eligible. So all that I need to do is I need to go to my management tab, and here I can just enable delete protection. Click on this and let's create our instance. So there's nothing else that you need to do. And our instance has been created. So let's open this particular instance. And if I click on delete, let's see what happens. So you can see that the delete button is completely disabled and there is no way that you can delete it. You can either stop it or you can suspend it. So that's one way in which you can protect your virtual machine from being deleted. So to make this enabled again, what you need to do is you need to click on edit. And again, you can just disable your enable delete protection. So if I click on this and if I click on save now, and now if I try to delete it, it is enabled. So in this way, you have disabled your delete protection for this virtual machine. So if in case your virtual machine is running a very important process, you can always have that enabled to make sure that that particular virtual machine does not get deleted unintentionally. So one thing to note is that if you go through the documentation for this particular feature, you can see that you can still terminate an instance from within a virtual machine. You can stop, reset, or suspend an instance. So these are things that you still can do. So let's try one of these commands. So let's log into a virtual machine and let's see if you're able to shut it down. So I will access my virtual machine and let's do a shutdown. I need to do it by sudo. And you can see that my particular virtual machine can shut down. So this does not mean it gets terminated. It just means that it just shuts down that particular virtual machine. So that is one thing that you need to remember. And another important thing you need to remember is for you to have access to enable and disable deletion, you need to have this particular permission. So these two roles have this particular permission inbuilt into them, or you could create your own specific rule with this particular permission within it. So that is another important thing to remember. So that is it for this chapter. I will send a link to this particular URL in the description below, so you can always go check that out. So I'll see you in the next chapter.